Jamie Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And away we go from NRG Stadium. Jaden Reed to return this. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
It took Jordan Love a little while for him to get his chance to start in the NFL. He had to watch Aaron Rodgers for a number of years, but guess what? Aaron had to watch Brett, and it paid huge dividends. And it sure looks like Jordan Love, to start his career, is doing the same. He didn't just watch Aaron Rodgers. He worked on his game. He developed his game over 3 years. And when he got his chance, he sure looked like a young star at the position.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Putting a receiver in motion. Jacobs gets it on the draw. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st and 10 from the 41. Going run again with Jacobs. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Takes the handoff, now Love. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It was the rookie from USC who got there for that tackle.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
3rd and long, here's Love. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Well, here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the 2nd overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion that this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. CJ was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They gain 14 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Brought down by Quay Walker.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. Second down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Stroud from the pistol. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Packers putting 6 defensive backs out there defending pass on this 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. And a fair catch made here at the 17. So no return on that punt. And the Packers are going to have a long football field ahead of them on this drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
That's caught Tucker Kraft. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And the Texans go in nickel coverage, 3rd down. Shotgun now for Love. He has the 1st over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First down, ball at the 36. Jacobs running behind center. He's contained at the line for no gain. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. We've finished 1 quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They start out 2nd and 10. Love out of the shotgun. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. 1st and 10 for him now, following the penalty. They'll run here, following the penalty. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 48. Reed's got it. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10 from the 41. Watson, quick pass wide. And they bring him down around the 34.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up.
Still first down.
So after the 5 yards are marched off, here's 1st and 15. Love. Able to get it to Reed. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
From the 39. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They stick with Jacobs. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That stop coming from Henry To'o. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Play fake, it's Love. On him quick, and they bring him down. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
For how well they were moving the ball on this possession, surprising. Surprising to see them get caught up now. And even more surprising, Kate, to see them knock so far backwards with a sack. At this point, well, you got to get back on schedule. Maybe even a manageable 4th down if you don't get the first.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Love from the gun. Watson with the catch. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The kick by Folk is good. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Damian Pierce now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. Now we'll see the Houston offense for their second drive of the contest. And coming off our first points of the ball game, they're going to take over now trailing 3-zip. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Digs there to bring it in. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it sets up a Houston first. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Pass taken in by Diggs. He's got a gain of 6 there. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 20 on 2nd down. Cut by Diggs. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Into the hands of Schultz. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They are now set for 1st and 10. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. He brings it in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second and 3 now. Shotgun now for Stroud. Pass caught by Mixon. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Everly's kick is good. And it'll knock this game up late in the 2nd quarter.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Looking to throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Well, that's halftime here, and a field goal each. All that these offenses have been able to muster thus far. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Who knows when the deciding moment will come? We're underway in the second half of a deadlocked game. Returning it from the 4. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now here's the Houston offense. They've got it first to begin the third. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, Stroud. Connects on the crosser. At the 20. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Complete on the slant to Watson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Running on first here with Jacobs. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
First down, and they go right back to him. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 43. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Love now. Gets this one to Watson. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Packers send out their punting unit. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Texans and Stephon Diggs getting set for this next offensive possession. And I think by this point we can all agree, Brock, that he is not going to be stopped until the clock stops at the end of this game. He just continues to make catches count in this second half. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. Has a lane past the 45. And he's finally marked down at the 46-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Going to the ground again on 1st. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Devontae Wyatt finishing that play off. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Keeping it with Mixon. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third and a lone yard coming up. On the ground again with Mixon. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 1. It's 4th down and less than a yard.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. He was good on his first kick. Gonna need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. Distance is good, but not the accuracy. He just missed it left. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Out now runs the Packer offense. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this 3rd quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent. But in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
Handoff running left, Jacobs. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. The tackle there by Danielle Hunter. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That'll be complete to Jacobs. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
1st down throw, here's Love. Taken in by Dobbs. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Christian Harris on the stop. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Packers football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. Second down now, 7 to go. Now a toss. This is Jacobs. And an opening doesn't materialize. He's caught near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Handoff here to Jacobs. And we just saw this movie. They stopped him again at the line.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
An important attempt coming up here for Brandon McManus. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. Tracking for it, and it's good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. This return starts at the 5. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Throwing is Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
The Texans set to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they'll be backed up a good bit for this drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Love out of the shotgun. Cut by Jacobs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down, ready to turn it into a negative play.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. He's back to throw. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side brought in inside the 20. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers take a 4th quarter lead. Christian Watson with the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field goal game. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers push their lead to 3.
Texans 10.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He's on the move. Now here he goes. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And a man is there to knock that away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, Stroud. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Back to throw. This is complete to Schultz. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. Setting up to pass. Caught by Diggs. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. Throwing now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that brings up 4th and short. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up. It's such a confidence builder to a sideline, to an entire team, Kate, when you can rely and trust your kicker in these big moments. He tied it up, and now it's incumbent upon his defense to do their job.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Nixon now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Packers send receiver Christian Watson ready to go once again. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. They're out and set, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Here he is to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They go counter, it's Jacobs. And he found a gap to take this down to the 28. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still one more in their pocket to use.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Going run again with Jacobs. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. So immense pressure resting on this kick from Brandon McManus. So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. It's about 43 yards for it. That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. One final shot here. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Packers are your winners, as we'll see you next time from Houston.